What is up, everybody? It's your boy Rogue here. So, back at my shop Emporium TCG for another Saturday Yu-Gi-Oh! Locals. Tournament starting in like 15 minutes. I'm actually sitting in front of the shop. No, it's not the place that says it's abandoned. It's the place that's right there. Nevertheless, man, your boy wanted to play Yugioh today. I got my Yugioh stuff in. Shout outs to Hubbub Gaming for getting that in quickly and swiftly. However, your boy was rushing when he left the crib and forgot to grab my prosperities out of my Fire King deck. So we're going to be running heroes again. Plus, I don't have practice with Yugioh. Like I said, I got everything in and I don't really know how to play that deck. So that would have been kind of a waste of money to play anyway. So I'm going to play heroes today. Rack up on this store credit. I'm going to mess with the deck, Yugioh deck throughout the week and try to bring it to my Thursday locals at Sully's Abode. So hopefully I'll be able to make the Thursday locals. I'm pretty sure I'll be able to make it because I don't really have nothing going on unless an emergency happen or I have to do something with my son. But nevertheless, man, I'm about to go in this shop now, sign up, and yeah. Like I always tell you guys, with all that being said, let's get into it. Without further ado, let's begin. Alright guys, coming to round one in the tournament, ended up playing against Sorso, a deck I definitely was not expecting. I don't know why, I feel like Sorso is almost like the new Sky Striker. Like, whatever metagame it is, the deck's always getting played because it can pick up some pretty good boards. I don't think synchro decks will ever go out of fashion, and I definitely learned that in this tournament, to say the least. Started off pretty weak. I wanted that roll, tried to go Ferris, pop off, got hit with an Ash Blossom. I'm like, oh, that sucks. My hand was pretty mid, and this was kind of like one of the reasons why I didn't want to play heroes anymore. Not because I don't like the deck, and because I think the deck is bad. The deck's bad in this metagame due to a lot of the hand traps in the current metagame. So I had to really struggle to try to come back and get a victory. My opponent was just popping off. I'm like, oh my god. And what made it worse is my opponent made a few misplays. I think my opponent could have just wrecked me faster if he made Baron the floor. I don't know if he owns that card or not, but if he would have made it earlier, I probably would have just scooped it up. But he didn't make Baron, and I ended up losing regardless. I lost game one, and then game two started off the same thing. He didn't have the Ash Blossom, thank God. So I got to pop off a little bit. I am going to get hit with the Droll and Lockbird, though, so that kind of sucked. I ended up making Dangerous again to dump the Denier, so I can do Dangerous Denier, DP. And I had Imperm and I had Ash Blossom, so I'm like, okay, at least I can stop the Pot of Avarice. I'm sorry, the Pot of Desires to draw two. And I'm just like, man, I got this one little lonely DP. And also, my opponent did have Nip. I had Nip my opponent as well, which actually not. I don't think I nipped him because I saw the token on the field. Can't really remember. All I know is DP didn't work this game. And I was finna, I was just coming back this game. It was really good. Trying to make board presence, and yeah, my opponent just scooped it up. And then game three came along. I forgot what I sided in. I know we're getting close to time. Game one was actually, were we close to time? Yeah, it was pretty close to time. Game one was pretty long. Game two was like meh. And my opponent started off pretty weak. He had a handful of hand traps, and I started off with Stratos popping off. And he opened up his side deck. Evenly matched helped me win this game as long as Stratos, and then he just scooped it up because I did Stratos. Alright guys, round one is over. I luckily got Sorso in game three. It was such a frustrating game. Game one I had Ferris and he hit me with the Ash Blossom. Game two I kind of got, it was like a little bit of a grinder, but I came back and got it in game three. Had an evenly match. I opened up my side deck, had the Ash Blossom. Evenly match as you guys saw. He flipped another anti-spell. I was like, oh my god, this dude has all the outs. He drew everything he needed all three games. Luckily for me though, he wasted his hand, made it level 8, bounced my back to the deck. And then on my following turn, well, I opened up Liquid, Stratos. My top deck was Miracle Fusion. I'm like, oh, this is terrible. And I'm like, hold on. Liquid, get Stratos pop back row. Link it to the Wonder Driver, Miracle, make the Stratos, the fusion for the Flame Man, and he just scoops because he already knew it was gonna be LTK. So I'm happy about that. Hey, I got it by the way. Anyway, I don't think that hurt me, but whatever. But let me open my packs right now. That was frustrating, like I said. So yeah, luckily I got it. So my opponent already pulled an ulti, so I'm probably not gonna pull an ulti. Okay. From the video, smash that like button. Let's get this video to 100 likes, and also check out my merch. description down below, and also check out my links to get you say you got some money. In the description down below, there is my Yu-Gi-Oh! Mint link, save 7% on your sales, and there is my Imperial Duelist link, save yourself 7%, so 10%, so we Gucci. And trash. Opponent pulled the LT, but I ended up pulling nothing, so I'm gonna catch you guys in the next clip. Y'all stay tuned. Alright guys, coming to round 2 of the tournament. Playing as my boy Sam and his Hungry Burger deck. Fun fact, Sam was like 16, and in this game I realized, I thought he was 18, right? So in this game I realized how old I am and how long I've been playing this game. I'm like, I have a nephew that's like 16, 17. My nephew's 17, I believe. My nephew plays Master Duel, and I'm like, bro, I was playing Yu-Gi-Oh! At locals when I was 18, and this dude is with his mom's home. Anyway, nevertheless, I won game 1 because the DP was just too strong. Coming to game 2, I forgot what I sided in, but he kind of bricked, and I had the out. So I'm gonna catch you guys in the next clip. Pretty cool guy. It just made me realize, man, I feel old. All right, guys, round 2. Ended up beating my boy Sam using his Hungry Burger deck. The burger was not hungry today, and yeah, he wasn't playing his Unchained, so I got him this time.
The stove was off.
You said what happened?
The stove was off.
The stove was off, man. He got to check his gasoline, make sure everything's good. But yeah, man.
Pay my utilities.
He ain't paying his utilities. We're just having fun, man. I'm just chilling, man. That was a pretty fun but quick, swifty game. We got like 15 minutes, 30 minutes left, so just about to chill out, and I guess I'll catch you guys after the next round. Y'all stay tuned. Alright guys, I'm into round 3 of the tournament. Playing as my boy David and his legendary Synchro deck, man. And this is always a good game. We go back and forth between Synchros and Heroes, and this game was not to disappoint. So started off losing a dice roll. I think outside of round 1, I lost the majority of my dice rolls today. I think I used all my dice rolls today, which sucked. And we both opened up very similar, heavy hand traps, and we both was working off the top deck in game 1. It was really bad. Like I had Nib, he had double Ash Blossom, and every time we both tried to come back, it was just hard, man. Like I attributed over my Nib for my Mally, so that way I can bring back my Denier, make a the goal is make Cross Crusader, search Ferris, and pop off, but he stopped all that, and I believe I did win game 1. Coming to game 2, I'm gonna just see if I can draw a better hand. And actually, no, I lost game 1. What am I saying? I started game 2. So yeah, I don't know what I was tweaking on right there. Game 2 started out pretty strong. I had a better hand. He kind of drew a worse hand. He told me he drew like all hand traps again. And that's just the metagame we're in, man. Like you have to play a lot of hand traps, and a lot of the time, while you are very defensive, you kind of need double hand traps to win. Like right now, the reason why I don't have my DP on the board because I got hit with the Empire and Valor combo, which sucked. Luckily, it wasn't enough because David just kept top decking hand traps and stuff that was side deck cards and not actual deck pieces, and he's playing combo deck on myself. Game 3, I had one hand trap, he had full combo. I was holding it for the Synchro monster that special summon 5 from the deck, but David's hand was so cracked, like no matter when I had used that Ash Blossom, it just wouldn't have been enough. Because I asked him, like, if I would have asked earlier, would it have stopped you? He told me not really, because he had triple hand trap, he just had the works, bro. And then obviously, once Synchros is drawing off the dude, they just gonna have advantage. All right, I'm sorry, this is before my camera dies. Lost with my boy David using that stupid Synchro deck. I hate you. I'm joking. It was a really good game. It's game 1. He got it because we both kind of drew bad, but he drew better eventually. Game 2, I got it because he drew bad, and then game 3, I just he had just oh yeah, I had a bad hand, and he had a god hand. Honestly, he had multiple ways to do so. I was holding the Ash for his Synchro monster, but it didn't matter because he still had plays for days. So there is, yeah, should be one more round left. I don't think they're gonna do 5 rounds, and I'm gonna catch you guys in the next clip. Trying to hold defeated, but he stopped me. Synchros is good when it pops off though. The list is still playing fine. Probably give you guys a deck profile eventually. It's just not running into Fire King, so playing a lot of rogues today, which is kind of wild. What you buy? You bought a box? What you get, sir? What you get?
Oh, Ab-Zero.
Let's go. Oh, hero stuff too. You should play the deck, man. That's a sign.
Oh, I love that.
The deck's fun. All right, man. Catch you guys in the next clip. All right, guys. Coming to the final round of this tournament. I played against Snake Eyes Fire King. Really good game, honestly. Played against one of my buddies at the shop named Jay. Really cool guy. We always chit chat every once in a while when I'm out there. He got back into the game recently, about a year, about 7 months ago, back during the tier format, because I remember him playing back at one of my other card shops from a while ago. And yeah, he was kind of had a slow start because we used to always play back and forth, but I used to get it. But this game, man, it was tough because he picked up another meta deck. He picked up the Snake Eyes Fire King deck, and I ain't gonna lie, man, I got washed. Ain't even lie, man. I wouldn't even necessarily say washed. I got just beat because he had everything game one, especially because I had Nibiru and I was holding it. However, it just wasn't enough because he was on the Snake Eyes Fire King engine, so I did Nibiru the Snake Eyes part because he didn't commit the Fire King part, and after I Nibiru'd, he committed the Fire King engine instead of a decent board still. And I was just like, F-U-C-K, this is horrible. I am extra salty. So, nevertheless, it's all fun and games. It's just like, oh, this deck's so annoying. And yeah, I'm going to lose game one just because that Fire King engine gave him the extra edge he needed to stop out Nibiru. Game two, I'm going to say I got really lucky in this game. I'm going to win this game, mainly due to the fact that he's going to kind of brick. He opened up probably 5 hand traps, and even though I was popping off still, I got hit with a lot of stuff. Like, I'm going to try to set up a big board of Plasma and DP. He's going to go Nibiru and chain Valor to my DP, and I was like, F. You see, this sucks so bad. So we're on the top deck war. Luckily me, his hand is full of hand traps. He had Little Knight, and Stratos ran over Little Knight. He forgot to use Little Knight effect. I wasn't rule shocking or anything like that, but he just let Little Knight just get destroyed because he wants to like master the deck and try to master not misplaying. So I can definitely understand that. But if he didn't misplay me on that with the Little Knight thing, he definitely would have won because like I was just able to just beat over his monsters and push for damage. He just kept drawing hand traps and like side deck stuff. Then game 3, I'm gonna draw Dro. It's not gonna be enough, and he's just gonna raffle some me. Like, that deck's so good, bro. I'll be having his deck get hit. I played Fire King, so I know how good the deck can be. But the Snake Eyes engine has made the deck so unfair. It is insane because nothing really checks it if they have a good hand. Unless you have like double hand traps, which is like Nibiru Droll or Droll Nib. Anyway, man, catch you guys in the next one.
I lost the last run against Snake Eyes Fire King. So annoying. I had Droll, but it didn't matter. He was still able to set up a pretty solid field on the Droll with 3 hand traps. I was just like, oh, yeah, I lost. So it was crazy. I thought, okay, if I drove, I should be good. We had like 6 minutes, 11 o'clock. But he was still able to pop off just because his hand was just that good still. And then loop a lot of his graveyard. He got it. Loop a lot of his graveyard effects. And then ended on Flambers, Promethean. He had double Valor hand with a nib. I'm just like, bro, that deck is so annoying. Oh my god, I can see the frustration on why people hate that deck. Like, it's too good. Like, you have to have Droll Nib just to try to compete. Nib is better than Droll against that matchup, in all honesty. Because depending on their hand, they can just pop off. Yeah. And he had a perfect hand to pop off with freaking with under Droll, so it's fortunate for him. So I'm salty, but I'm cool. I'm just gonna go home. I didn't get any store credit today. That's really what I'm salty. I was doing good, and I was against Synchro, and I lost against best deck of the format. So catch you guys at home in the closing statements. Y'all stay tuned. All right, guys, back at home now, and yeah, I'm salty, G. So I had fun in the tournament, Emporium TCG is always a good time. Double payout Saturdays is always lit. This Saturday was 19 players. Started off pretty strong. My boy David gave it to me with that Synchro deck. We always go back and forth. Synchro versus Heroes. I think he has me up on the matches so far. I'm going to get you next time, David. I'm going to get you next time. However, Snake Eyes Fire King's the deck. I kind of forgot, and I thought it was sweet because in the hero group I'm part of on Facebook, a lot of hero players have been top 8 in their regionals or doing really well at locals. I'm like, okay, this matchup shouldn't be too bad. And then I see it was worse than my pure Fire King versus the Snake Eyes build. Reason being is because at least against the guy I played against, he was running at least 15 hand traps because he always had 3 hand traps every game we played. Opening hand. Like, game 1, it was just nutty because he won a die roll. His hand wasn't that great, but he still had a decent field. My hand wasn't that great, but he had hand traps, and heroes get hand traps twice GG no re. Game 2, I thought I was going to lose. I thought I was going to get too old. I luckily won game 2 because he just drew all hand traps plus evenly matched. And yeah, he just couldn't draw a play for days, and I ended up winning because of that. And then game 3, it was just literally like I told you guys, so freaking annoying. Just I'm like, all right, we had like 5 minutes left in time. The reason why we got close to time, despite him playing a deck, he's new to the deck, so he didn't really know all the combos off the top of his hand. He had to really think for the combos, which I get it. And I don't rush people, so it's like whatever, I don't care. And we had like 5 minutes left, and he ended on like a suboptimal board. I had Droll, so I was able to Droll him still. However, still with the Flambirds and the Promethean Princess, he still had a really good field, a really scary board with 3 hand traps protecting him. And I'm like, oh my god, all I had was a Hero Lives. I got 5 minutes of time, and I got a Ferris. So my hand wasn't terrible, but it wasn't good either. But I thought Droll would have did better for me, but Droll really doesn't hurt that deck. I'm learning in this matchup, you need 2 hand traps to do something against that deck. Preferably Nib plus Valor, or Nib plus Imperm, or Droll plus Nib. And you're good against that matchup. If you don't draw a combination of those 2 cards and you're not playing the mirror match, you're in a bad position. So I just had Droll, didn't draw any of my other hand traps. I do play about 9 myself, and I think I sided in 3 more. And it was just downhill from there. And I couldn't do anything because I'm like, Ferris, he's like Valor. I'm just like, yeah, it's a card. And I'm like, okay, I got Poly in here, Miracle. I'm like, man, this deck is so... My Heroes is one of those decks. It's a combo deck. So I'm like, it's so good at times, but it's so bad. Especially in heavy hand trap matters. I'm like, bro, I cannot wait to play Yugioh next week. Speaking of which, like I said at the beginning of the video, I got all my Yugioh stuff. Definitely playing Yugioh. I had fun playing Heroes. It was good playing it again. But the deck is just dated, man. Especially in this format. Maybe in later formats it'll be solid again. It's tier 2 at best right now, man. In the hands of a good player with the right setup, and if your opponent don't draw the best, you can do good. But in a room full of Snake Eyes Fire Kings, bro, as a hero player, I can definitely say, unless you just draw the God hand and you win all your dice rolls. And that was another thing. I lost my dice roll. I lost every dice roll today, I think. Yeah, so it was just not looking good. I don't know if I'm more mad that I lost the Snake Eyes Fire King, or am I more mad that I lost that $52 store credit. So double payout Saturday is insane. So first place got 93 store credit, right? And it was 2 tied for first place because they only do 4 rounds. And then everyone who went X1 got 52 store credit, bro. My opponent was cool. I'm like, I'm so salty, bro. I was like, bro, with that store credit, it was so good. And it's funny because the last round they were like, oh, we have $342 in the pot tonight. So yeah, have fun with that. And I was like, bro, I need to win this. I want to be able to buy a box of the next set so I can try, or just have enough money. I mean, I got like 60 store credit anyway, so I'm still good on store credit from my last time I went X1 over there. But the goal was just to do good so that way I can have a way to like buy a box of the next set and just save so I can guarantee myself that next Yugioh fusion. But I'm pretty sure I get it. But nevertheless, man, I had fun. The format's goofy. I gotta figure out a way to build my Yugioh. I'm not gonna spoil how I'm doing it just yet. Okay, I told people at locals I don't want to spoil it because I don't know how good the idea yet. Now I'm pretty sure I'm the only one that's gonna be doing this, so it's not gonna be Yugioh Unchained. It's gonna be like my own little build of Yugioh. If I did spoil it already, my bad. But yeah, I'm not gonna spoil it anymore. So, tell me what you guys think about this video. Comment down below. If you guys are watching this on the premiere, hit the subscribe button for more. Or if you guys are watching after premiere, hit the subscribe button. Also hit that super thanks to show your love and support for the channel, man. I really appreciate everyone who watched this video, my vlogs every Sunday. Watching it with me while I'm chilling out at the house and in the chat with you guys. And smash the like button, like I said. Also, check out my links in the description below. Imperium Duelist, Yu-Gi-Oh! Mint. And I got some sponsorships coming up as well. So be ready to see some sponsor content soon. So yeah, man, it's gonna be a really good time, really good fun. And more videos to come. I've been kind of doing 1 video a week recently. I ain't gonna lie, I've just been really busy in my personal life. On top of that, I just don't know what kind of content to do. Like, my buddy suggested to me that I should do dual content, but I only have time to go to locals like once a week, do the work schedule, and do just me kicking it with my son, and then just other things I do. And then outside of that, it's kind of like I can do discussion content, but the last few discussion videos I did, it's just no one really watched it, or not a lot of you guys watched it, so I don't really want to make that. I don't really want to drop bad content, if that makes sense. I'm still trying to figure out more secondary content to do. So if you guys have any suggestions, let me know. I really appreciate it. Like, I mean, deck profiles are good, but I'm not the type of guy to just drop a deck profile just to drop one. I want to drop something good. By the way, if you guys want the hero profile, I'll either drop it today to get day you guys see this video, or sometime in the week. Like I said, I was going to do it last week. I just got caught up. I ain't gonna lie, I got really lazy. Just didn't feel like dropping because I'm like, yeah, this deck's okay. It's not that good. It's pretty generic. It's just heroes with hand traps, nothing special. But if you guys want to see the list and see my theory behind it, I'll definitely drop it for you guys. I think that this deck plays as good as any other hero deck does. It's just in the metagame where it's like either a lot of rogue decks to beat the best deck, so hand traps is in abundance in a lot of decks, versus the best deck that's also running a lot of hand traps, you're in a bad position when you're playing a deck that loses hand traps, which is kind of one of the reasons why I wanted to play Yugioh. It's really good. Doesn't really lose too hard to hand traps. And on top of that, people don't know how to play against it yet. So it's kind of one of those weird, quirky decks that can steal games in the hands of the right player. And I know I'm the right player to play it. So nevertheless, man, this is Rogue Hero, and I'm signing out. Peace. See you guys in the next vlog. Peace. And the next video if I drop one this week. Peace.